kids, but you can have me. I'm small, but I won't hate you when I reach my teens. Now I'm young and overwhelmed with hospital bills. I've had some visitors, but I'm sick still. And fuck family, I only wanna see friends. So crawl into the sheets of my hospital bed. And I never had faith in doctors or gods, so take me home, I've had too many shots. Crawl into blankets, wrapped as tight as your skin. I can feel your skeleton, and I remember you're made of more than color and shape. There's a heart in that cage with a constant tempo change. It doesn't only exist because I've thought of it. No, you're a physical thing, you're still there when I look away. And I won't disappear when you're not here, though I feel I may if you look away. Got a headache full of fantasies, but they're not the kind with beaches, more like dark city streets that lead me nowhere. That's where I want to be, and most times it's stupid, but for now I'm hoping that there will be no end to this. Cars get into accidents, but I am not inside of them. But everyone dies at the same time. Everyone dies at the same time. So I fill myself with everything until my stomach aches. And how many blankets until I'm comfortable? It's not the warmth I'm needing, but the weight that I'm dying for. A moment is merely a concept, it's impossible to accept that if you tear time apart, you don't get to anything. And so everyone dies at the same time. 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 been coughing every time I laugh, but I don't think I want to get my voice back, 'cause resolution can't compare to the way that it feels to nourish pain by listening to an unhealthy dose of the biggest lies, or watching the windshield cry, or torturing myself with a fictional family. I know Claire's not real. She won't ever love me. Those who say that life is only truly lived by the philosophers and poets, well, their ideas are just shit. 'Cause no matter how hard I try to make every moment last infinitely, I'm still tangled in time. Though I can swear that it's not existence, there's no past, there is only the present. Well, I'm still moving and I'm getting seasick. 'Cause time is flat and I'm coming to the end. My ship will sail right off of the edge, and I will sink into the depths of nothingness.
Welcome to Clinically Inane. For those of you who decided to join us this fine morning.
We apologize here and now for that.
Yes. I keep on forgetting to do this. I'm Curtis. This is Boyd. This is Clinically Inane. This is a podcast about, well, shit, whatever we feel like talking about this week. We saw some new stuff this week. Failed at seeing something this week. And
I mean, I feel I'm seeing many things in life.
Yeah. Signs and
red flag. Well, you're more red flags.
I'm more red flags. Yeah. And we also, deleted a few things this week. At least I did.
I deleted hopes and dreams
from people that you interacted with on a daily basis. Yeah. That's a constant thing, though. That's not a new thing.
I don't just crush them. I delete them. By the time I'm done, they never had them.
Exactly. No, I deleted my Facebook this week.
You did.
Yeah. Which everyone else should do too, because Facebook is a garbage company. Stop giving them.
Have you deleted all your Facebook subsidiaries?
I wish I could. It's so shitty. It's so shitty. Like, I really wish that I'm so annoyed by the fact that so much of what we do requires us to be based in it in some fashion because of the way that our world works now.
I just wait till they buy Twitter.
What's that?
Just wait till they buy Twitter.
They're never going to buy Twitter. Twitter, if I remember correctly, Twitter's still losing money, and they're having a rough go of things.
So they're going to sell to Facebook.
No, Facebook doesn't want it.
Okay.
Like when Twitter went to IPO, Facebook was like,
they'll sell to Google or Alphabet.
Yeah, they might. You never know.
The two big tech companies of the world.
Yeah, or Amazon.
Yeah.
But Twitter's a big enough company on its own. I don't think it's going to.
You said it was losing money.
It is losing money, but it's still a big enough company.
But that's
on
the
its
thing
own.
is, all those big companies are losing money by making money to lose money. I mean,
yeah, that's true. Well, Facebook and Twitter might get along pretty well now. They both have Nazi problems.
yeah.
And CEOs who are
Ignoring it.
or sympathizers.
Yeah.
I would go so far as to say that Jack Dorsey is in fact a sympathizer.
Yeah, okay.
And well, Zuckerberg's doing it for the money, so
Openly,
yeah. So it's Zuckerberg's like IBM in the 30s and 40s.
less so in the 50s.
Yeah, less so in the 50s. But they, for those who don't know, IBM openly worked with the Nazis in the 40s.
Yeah.
Open.
A lot of U.S. stuff openly worked with them in the 30s.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people did because they were trying to rebuild economies.
Yeah.
And
Well, also we weren't at war with them yet, so it was.
yeah. And then during the war, IBM worked with the Nazis.
Yeah. If you get American history of that entire period, it isn't a pretty thing.
Oh, yeah, no. Remember, in the 40s, most of our major scientists were former Nazis.
Well,
In the 50s.
Up to the war, we were very much intentionally turning blind eyes to things.
Yeah. Shock, surprise, right? But no, I've honestly wanted to get rid of my Facebook for a long time.
Yeah.
Like a really, really long time.
I really think this was just a way for you to decouple from your exes. I don't think you're Facebook friends with anyone anymore, actually.
No, I was, but not in a fashion of like the ones that I was still Facebook friends with.
Was it out of morbid curiosity?
No. We actually had become friends.
Okay.
Like we were, like two of them are now married, and
Fair.
and I know their husbands, and their husbands are awesome. It's not a thing of like. I need to check in on what my ex.
I was just a phrase, of someone I actually became friends with.
Yeah. It's absolutely
Some I did
true.
not.
Yeah, it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Some of them I became very good friends with, and some I just absolutely
Completely cut out of your life entirely.
Yeah, exactly.
In all forms and fashions. So
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's more that Facebook has. I found that I found myself craving attention on it. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it does. I saw your Facebook posts.
Fuck you. No, it's even so in like the how many likes did I get?
Yeah.
How many are people commenting on it? And I found that becoming a negative thing in my
makes
head.
sense.
And
So now you're relying on Twitter for that?
not even that. Like I don't expect anybody to like anything on Twitter.
Yeah.
Mostly because I've learned that if I make a fucking brilliant joke on Twitter, no one will pay attention to it.
Yes,
And-
they will. As soon as someone else reposts it.
Yeah. Like when there was one where I told you, I made that joke 2 hours ago, and now Ron Funch has made it, and
He's far more popular.
he's far more popular than me, but his It was almost verbatim the same joke.
That small tweak is all it took. Is the comma in the right spot?
No, it's the fact that it was Ron Funches and not me.
Different font. That's all that mattered.
There are no different fonts on Twitter.
You missed the window of opportunity. So you were a little ahead of the curve. He waited, he delayed, he knew that perfect timing.
Yeah,
and comedy is all about timing.
Or, hear me out. He's a famous comedian.
No, I'm just going to say that you were bad at it.
Well, I saw it and I was like, well, at least I can still write jokes.
Just not jokes anyone wants to listen to.
Or just not. I just don't have the following. Those Ron Funches.
You can write jokes, you just can't deliver them.
No, still can deliver them. I just don't have the following of Ron Funches.
Will you just stop making excuses for this?
The thing is that I'm absolutely right. You're just being an asshole.
Yes.
But, well, no, and I've learned, and comedians will tell you this too, is that you will make a great joke and fucking crickets.
Yeah.
And then you'll say something like that you put time and effort and thought into and nothing. And then you will say something very simple or very dumb.
Yeah.
And it will fucking blow up.
See, that's why I don't put time or effort into anything.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But I mean, and sometimes it does work out in your favor if you're.
Yeah.
But Twitter is a strange, fickle place, and I use it to make dumb jokes,
Yelling into the void.
but knowing that most of it's yelling into the void, or it's mostly a lot of it is making dumb jokes with friends on there.
See, Instagram is my weapon of choice.
Yeah.
It's my preferred one to browse.
Yeah.
The main reason?
Pictures.
And less politics.
Yeah. Twitter's very political.
Facebook can be very political.
Yeah. Well, and Facebook, I feel like with everything being said and done, Facebook was full of the shit that I don't care to see.
Yeah.
Like that. It's not that it's offensive to me to look at. It's like I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't need to know that you're
it's
sleeping with your child.
Yeah, it's not that I don't care to see it. It's that if I see it, I don't care.
It is too inane for clinically inane.
Yes, it's I do not give a shit.
So I followed enough designers and animal sanctuaries on Instagram that there's always good content.
Yeah. I follow like comics and literally stand-up comics and like comics, like cartoons.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Comics and comics.
Yeah, comics and comics. But my Facebook feed was just full of fucking like starting to get to like the level of mom shit that you see in those cringe compilation kind of thing.
Someone selling your hair product.
Yeah, like if I'm just trying to if you just buy like 3 bottles of this, then I can do this, blah, blah, blah. A little bit of that and a little bit of what does the group think about this thing that's happening?
I don't get that a whole lot.
Oh God, I get it. I got it. Well, I don't get it anymore. I got it a lot.
See, I still use Facebook for one main thing, and I really like it for that.
Events?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not just hosting events, but just knowing my calendar on it.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
And that is something that I have known that I will actively miss from it.
Yeah.
I was talking with my brother about this the other night. We went and saw Caravan Palace on Thursday, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But honestly, and the show sold out real quick.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would have known about the show had it not been that I got a Facebook alert about it.
Yeah.
That said, I'll just fucking subscribe to their newsletter.
I mean, that's nice about Seattle. If you hit like STG, ACT, like there's a list of ones you can subscribe to a legit company.
I get the STG. I have the STG newsletter, which I've bought a number of tickets through that. I have I get the AEG newsletter because sometimes that works out. Sometimes
Stranger.
I don't get the Stranger, mostly because. Let's put it this way: I like the Stranger's calendar. I think the calendar is really well put together. I think the Stranger is garbage.
But they don't just send just a calendar option.
No. I think The Stranger itself is garbage. They're counterculture for the point of being counterculture.
I feel like Stranger is one of the best printed newspapers in Seattle.
There's 2 printed newspapers in Seattle.
Exactly.
The problem with The Stranger is that they will support something one month, and then it will become popular, and so they have to tear it down the next month. And that's kind of...
I still like The Stranger for their... I usually read their political endorsement issue.
Yeah. Well,
because their board they use is actually well thought out. That's one of their few well thought out.
Yes and no.
I said I read it. I don't say I follow it, subscribe to it. 100%.
There you go. I say they have some problems with that too. And in my previously stated thesis of they liked this person last month, and now this month because that person gained popularity, they don't like them anymore.
They actually had one this political cycle last year where the supporters won the primaries did not support them in the main election, and their little article in the main election explained why they changed.
Yeah, that one I understood, and I actually agreed.
Yeah,
but I think
that was a combination of this person getting worse and the other person improving their stances.
Yeah, it was the this person. It was the incumbent versus a new person, and basically, it ended up being 2 people from the same party running off against each other.
Oh yeah,
and because nobody from basically it's fucking Seattle. 2 Democrats made it to the same ticket. Yeah. There were no Republicans on the ticket. There was a Republican in the primary, but because Seattle on that low level, it's the top 2 candidates in the primary,
which I really like,
regardless of party. And so sometimes you don't have a choice. You have to vote Democrat or Republican or just not vote, I guess. But you should still vote. I guess if you're voting on the entire ticket and you abstain from one thing, that is as much of a vote as...
Yeah.
But as long as you vote on the entire thing. But they supported the incumbent over the Republican because the Republican was super damaging. Mm-hmm. But in order for...
But at the main, they supported the
challenger from the other Democratic
basically
challenger.
To give the incumbent a, hey, wake up.
Yeah, because the challenger would have needed to win twice as much as what the Republican got in the primary in order to win.
Like I think it was the only way. I think it came down to if every single. Yeah, I think it came down to every single vote for the Republican went to the challenger.
Yeah. She still wouldn't win.
It would have been neck and neck, basically.
Yeah. And it still would have been, she still wouldn't have won. And
it would have been come down to recounts, though.
Yeah. And that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So they were just like, hey,
give them a little wake-up call. Remind them that they might vote for someone else.
Yeah. It's not guaranteed, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Both were people that I would just fine with having.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I know, I do like our, the way we do the primaries locally with the top 2 advancing, because when you get down to it, it actually makes it easier for third parties to get in.
It's true, even though the third parties in Seattle are fucking insane. But
it's not uncommon across the country.
Yes, it's true.
And the third parties are quite often across the country go to the extremes of both sides.
Yeah. Here they're just like, there are too many black people. What? There are too many white people. Wait, no.
Well, those are extreme views.
It's just like, oh, no, all of this is bad.
We also have, what is his name?
We have the one dude who is just like...
I can't remember his name, but
he was running on the all transit is bad.
He was all transit is bad, but he's also been running for years on the... his phrasing, minimum wage is bad.
Yeah.
Minimum wage increases unemployment rate because people are unable to sell their damaged productivity at a higher rate. Or they're unable to sell their damaged productivity.
Productivity or produce?
Productivity. Like he talks about how minimum wage increases unemployment because people aren't able to work for less. So since they can't work for less, they can't work. And so since they're unemployed, they also can't afford to live anywhere. So he's thinking that
if somebody is not as good at their job, that they should just be paid less instead of being unemployed.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's dumb because that leads to a lot of discriminatory practices.
But it also leads to, okay, who can I get to do this job for the least amount of money?
Yeah. It's yeah.
But the unemployment, therefore, since they're unemployed, they're now homeless, and that's our homeless problem.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's not the fact that 40% of Seattle's homeless is working.
Yeah,
Right.
no, that guy's insane.
I'm going to move on before we get a full mic drop.
Yeah. But anyway,
Curtis is off Facebook.
so now
That's what the full circle here was.
yeah, that's full circle. But a big part of that,
Good Space Guy. That's his name.
good space guy, that's it. Yeah. We like that's the big thing for me is events. Like I have to
Yeah.
just
Work.
pay more attention.
I mean, I'll still be on Facebook looking at events. Ashley will still get events on Facebook. Almost in some ways, arguably that you're subscribing to these newsletters and not doing that might give us as a group more overlap or more...
A wider spread.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you're getting targeted stuff and I'm getting shotgun blasted.
Honestly, a lot of events I find are not ads.
Yeah.
They're, hey, your friend is interested in this. Your friends are interested in this. And
Yeah, it's true. But that
Ashley gets a lot from the band. Hey, this band you follow is coming to Seattle.
see, I get bands in town.
Yeah.
And Spotify tells me that. And
So I think maybe it will give us a wider...
yeah, maybe.
And then there's my other method of finding concerts. I go to the neighborhood and start wandering to parts. Sounds good.
And start wandering in. Yeah.
I found some good bands that way.
Yeah. Connor Burn Pub in Ballard is a great place to start.
Yeah.
Clock Out Lounge in Beacon Hill
Yeah.
is becoming that place.
There's a couple on Capitol Hill too, but I do Capitol Hill less.
Comet.
Yeah. Problem with Capitol Hill is I don't want to drive up there anymore because it's like 10 o'clock parking.
Yeah, it's parking till 10 p.m. What
Yeah.
the fuck, man? They also just tore down an old building, an old shop that they're putting in fucking some new thing.
Overpriced condos?
Probably. Over by Optimism Brewing.
Okay.
You remember there's like the little alleyway
Yeah.
and then there's the garage there. That
Right.
garage is gone.
Right.
And that little alleyway was, because the garage was there and it looked super janky, there was like this little alleyway by the side that had great park. It had it was almost always an open spot in there.
Yeah.
Almost always. And now because they tore down the building, people can see it.
And they're parking there.
And people are parking there now. It's just like, God damn it. You're ruining it. But that's more than anything, just me. But yeah, no, I'm glad to be rid of the Book of Faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll start up Fart Book.
Yeah, even Letterkenny killed that one off.
Yeah, they killed that one pretty quick. Speaking of which,
The new season is out.
new season is out. I've watched every episode.
Yeah.
You?
I have.
You have.
I watched the end of that last episode with you because I knew what was coming.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I watched it last night. So this is the first season where Hulu/Disney have been a producer on
Yeah.
Letterkenny. Disney under the Hulu moniker.
This is the first time an American company's been a producer on it.
Yeah, because it's been Crave for...
Which is Canadian.
Yeah. And Crave was still a part producer on it.
Yeah.
It was Crave and Hulu.
Yeah.
What did you think of what did you notice the differences? I noticed a few.
I don't feel like there was more cussing.
There's not. Trust me. It's the same.
A lot more feels like setting up future storylines than a lot of the previous stuff. There's a slight tonal shift that I can't even fully explain. Maybe you'll explain it and it'll make sense to me.
So, couple things. Number one, I'm glad they were still just like fucking 6 episodes, man.
Yeah.
That's how many episodes? 6.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we'll get a holiday one at some point this year, but
Probably. But what holiday will they do is the other question. Or
they're not going to do 4th of July. They haven't done Canadian Thanksgiving, but that's already passed.
Arbor Day.
What are other?
I could see him doing Arbor Day
I
actually.
could see him doing an Arbor Day episode.
With Wayne out to plant X number of trees.
Yeah. I don't know though. It's a good question.
I can see Wayne planting X number of trees. the skids going to all natural drugs for the holiday.
Yeah, they don't have they don't have a lot of the same holidays that we do. So Veterans Day, they don't have the same fashion. Memorial Day, do they?
Yeah, they do.
They do. Is it the same
It's
day?
Armistice Day.
Armistice Day.
It's still the 11th of November because that's the end of World War II.
It's true.
And they were involved in that. Everyone was.
Yeah, that's true. They might do that.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
That's.
they haven't done Canadian Thanksgiving yet.
I feel Armistice Day is a hard one to do in a comedy show too.
It is. Yes. The last one was Valentine's Day. They've done St. Patrick's Day. They've done Christmas. They did. What else did they do?
They haven't. Oh, they did Halloween.
They did Halloween. They haven't done New Year's.
Because the Honey and Modines.
Yeah. They haven't done New Year's yet.
They have not.
That might be a good one. They usually try and aim to like
Boxing Day.
They usually try and aim to release it like around when it's happening. Like Valentine's Day one came out on Valentine's Day in Canada, but it came out like a week later here.
I would love to see them pick some very Canadian holiday, just to fuck with the Americans.
Maybe, but you know, I'm assuming we'll get a holiday one.
Yeah,
I know they got renewed for. I knew they're doing like 3 more seasons when Hulu picked it up. But a big thing that I noticed was a difference in the quality of picture,
like equipment quality.
Yeah. Meaning like it feels weird to say. I could see it better. Like you can see that there's an uptick in the quality of cameras that they're using.
Yeah.
I feel like they went from your standard HD video, like HD camera, to I think they switched to like 4K cameras or something
Probably.
like that, because they went
to whatever Hulu just had laying around.
Yeah, I mean, well, they got that Disney money.
Yeah,
that's the thing and I feel like they spent it there. And I did notice there was a bit more of a lack of cold opens.
Yeah, I mean the first season the first episode cold open was amazing.
Yeah, but there's not a whole lot of other cold opens.
There's the TV show one, TV show names.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was any others.
Yeah,
partially because they introduced.
I think there's out of the 6 episodes, I think 3 have cold opens and 3 don't.
And they partially because they introduced there's a new element.
Yes.
That's the best way I can describe it without giving away.
Yeah. I mean, and it just felt like. I also felt like this season they went for a lot of the list word plays.
Yeah,
a lot, like to the point where it was noticeable.
Yeah, but there were some really good ones.
There are absolutely some really good ones.
There's 2 that really stand out to me.
Yeah. That being said, there was a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's actually detrimental.
There's a couple of characters they leaned almost a little, well, they leaned a little more into certain characteristics of them.
Yeah.
McMurray's a piece of shit.
And
I can always forget his name, the preacher.
Glenn.
Which I do realize that character, like the amount he is open has evolved over the entire series.
Without actually being open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it went from, he had a girlfriend in the very first episode.
Yeah. And then she disappeared.
Yeah, and then this season has a point where someone goes, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. But I feel like this season I feel like the writing was really good in some places and a little lazy in others.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. Like, it's still really good. It's still one of the best written shows on television. I feel like for them, they got to a certain area where they were like, okay, people like this joke setup, so we're just gonna hammer that home in every episode.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that was something that was a note from, Big Daddy producer studio. Like, this is something people seem to like. Let's just, make sure this happens in every episode.
I've noticed with like Hulu, with a lot of their, at least the series I've watched that they've made, when they know it's not a full just single run series when there's going to be multiple chapters.
Yeah, yeah.
That last episode, or last two episodes, they love to start setting up multiple storylines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
because this does it.
But Letterkenny's always kind of done that. Like it's always the last episode, and it's always the it's always the last 2 minutes of the episode.
Yeah, this one set up a few storylines in that last few minutes. So.
Yeah, in the last 2 minutes of the episode, and they've always done it. Where it's just kind of like, we're just gonna drop this here,
and this and this and this
and this and this and this, and we'll pick it up next season.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. I can't remember if there was one for season 1, but like season 2, like, his ex comes back and is like, I want to get together right as he meets the new girl, and then Tanis calls him and is like, I'm pregnant. And
the end of season 1 is the first fight of the series.
no, it's not. It's the end of the first episode.
Oh, is it the end of the first episode? Yeah. It all blurs together anymore.
Yeah, but no, I feel like some of the writing was a little bit on the repetitive
side.
Oh
yeah, because last season 1 covered the toughest guy in town fights.
Yeah, no, that's episode 2.
There was a couple, 2 and 3, I think, but
yeah, like there's kind of one in episode 3, but for the most part, it's the first couple episodes.
Yeah, because there's the college guy who's a later episode. At the fight, at the fire.
Yeah. But yeah, like they, for the most part, they usually drop something at the end of like the last 2 minutes of the season, and then they're like, "All right, cool. Well, we'll pick this up next season." And they definitely did that on this one, and it was a good one. But especially given the context of the entire episode so far, I feel like there was a certain amount of character growth, but there was also stagnation. Like some of the characters, like one of the things I really realized was how much I loved the growth of McMurray as a character, and I feel like he regressed.
Yeah,
in this one, and
they just kind of leaned into the McMurray's a piece of shit.
Yeah, and they just kind of there was some.
A lot more Shorzy time.
Yeah, a lot more Shorzy time. You can actually very clearly tell it's Kiso in this one too. Like you can see you can actually see the lower half of his face in this season, and it's like, yeah, that's fucking Kiso. Like you can tell that it's the same guy who plays Wayne.
Yep.
I did notice that all of the phone calls that they had, they're all Jared Kiso. They're all him. Every single one of them.
Oh, who's when someone's on the phone?
Yeah, like when somebody's calling in to their
just
show.
Him making voices.
Yeah, it's him making voices. Well, for the most part, like whenever somebody called in to make fun of McMurray, it was him.
Yeah,
it was
a couple of them did sound a lot like Shorzy too.
Yeah, and apparently, like from things that I've heard, people in rural Canada are like, yeah, this is how everyone sounds like that.
Shorzy?
There's a bunch of fucking people who sound like Shorzy up there. Fuck you, you tit fuckers. Go give your balls a tug.
I forever love the interactions between Shorzy and the two hockey players.
Jonesy and Riley.
Yeah.
Like, I was interested I think they did a good job with Jonesy and Riley this season and giving them a storyline, because one of the big things for them was being able to move past them being the guys who are dating Katie.
Yeah.
And then when they had them be the coaches of the women's team.
That was an amazing season.
And yeah, it was amazing. And they really gave those two a really nice, like, moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice moment.
It is.
And it's punctuated by a really good joke.
Yeah.
But they give them that nice moment. And they keep giving Jonesy and Riley these moments of like, how can we move forward on this? And I think by adding, and I'm spacing on their names, but basically the gay versions of them.
Yeah.
Or they're actually, I would say they're pan, because they've made it very clear that they will sleep with anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they tend to lead more towards dudes.
I mean, they're married, so
Yeah, but they got married for the tax write-off.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
still fuck other people.
yeah.
That's made abundantly clear. But
Especially in the Valentine's episode.
yeah. But they
They make it interesting. They make a good foil to those two.
yes, they do. They make it well. It's just it kind of evens out like the macho bro-ness of those two with something with guys who are
Well, and even like those characters have their macho broness, but they've developed a depth to them on top of it.
yes,
Or under
exactly.
it.
And I think they're a really nice.
Yeah.
They're not a foil to Jonesy and Riley. They're I can't say foil because they're not like a foil to Jonesy and
Yeah.
Riley would be like very hyper like nerd kind of thing.
Their reflection.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. They're a reflection of Jonesy and Riley, and similar side of the same coin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Reflection.
Yeah,
'Cause
different side of the same coin.
Same image, just reversed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think they work really well with that group. And I there's one episode this season. I think it's episode 2, red card, yellow card.
Yes. There's a scene with those four.
With those four, that's phenomenal.
Brilliant writing.
Yes,
And
but
brilliant delivery of that writing.
yeah, no, it was That's the thing is for being a couple of really fucking dumb characters, Jonesy and Riley have some of the hardest lines.
I appreciate Jones Riley willing to admit they're willing to talk about their feelings with each other.
Yeah. Verda. But they have some of the hardest fucking lines in the series.
Yeah.
Like when they accidentally do Ritalin instead of steroids, and they're talking really fast and just.
I mean, it's been said before. It actually takes someone pretty intelligent to play someone stupid.
Yeah.
Especially in comedy.
Yeah, it takes. Yeah, you have to be very smart to play someone very dumb,
Especially in comedy.
especially in comedy.
Yeah.
Like I mean, Jonesy and Riley are a perfect example. Travis Willingham as Grog on Critical Role is a perfect example.
Yeah.
He's very smart playing somebody. Only somebody very stupid can come up with saying things that are just that dumb.
Someone very smart comes with some.
Or somebody very smart can come up with saying things that are that dumb.
And also give the math of a barbarian.
Yeah. This is a guy in our group is learning right now. He's at level 3, and the amount of math he has to do already is a little bit rough.
Yeah, D&D seems like such an easy game until you get into actually playing it or running it.
Yeah, running it, especially, yeah. But
Because all the characters, there's levels of shit to keep track of.
that's why I wrote, like, I will know a good chunk of it, but, like, that's why you guys have to know what's on your character sheet.
Yeah.
I can't keep track of that shit for you.
Especially my character.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting you to learn a UA character in depth. And
Yeah, no. I was very glad that that I was right about that rule too. Which one? About you were like, yeah, this at level 5 I get to cast 2 spells, and I was like, no.
Oh, it's level
No.
4 too. But no, it's I can use a magical weapon and then still do something.
Yes. Yeah. So if you use so basically meaning that if you enchant your weapon and use it,
Yeah.
you can still do something after that. But Boy was like, yeah, I get two spells, and I was like, the fuck you do. You do not get to cast 2 level 5 fucking fireballs.
I don't think I ever get to level 5 on my spells anyway.
You absolutely will.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, that you probably cap out. You don't get to level 9.
Oh, yeah, maybe it's level 5. Yeah.
Yeah. But like Rangers get to level 5,
Yeah.
you know? Like why wouldn't an artificer?
Yeah.
Like but yeah, it's just like no.
Artificer goes more variety, less depth.
Yeah. I was like there ain't no way you're casting 2 fucking level 5 spells that do ain't happening.
Now I have a new goal by the end to find a way to legit do it.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. I'm just going to tell you, no matter what way you try, you're an unearthed arcana.
Yeah.
I get to make a yay or nay decision on it.
Does a wand count as a magical weapon?
A wand does count as a magical weapon.
Okay. If I'd gone the wand building route, I could.
Yeah. But you cannot fire a wand twice. You can use a certain amount of charges on it.
Yeah.
It's different.
But if it counts as a magic weapon, I could do a wand and a spell.
Wow. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I also might say no. You're Unearthed Arcana. I can say no if I want to.
I mean, where the spell also becomes more interesting is that means I could fire the crossbow and heal myself on the same.
Correct. Or
Yeah.
heal someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or fire the crossbow then drop invisibility on myself.
The second you fire a crossbow, you will drop invisibility.
No. Like,
Oh,
fire the crossbow, then cast invisibility.
Then cast invisibility. As I say, if you're invisible, the second you make an attack, you become uninvisible.
Yeah.
That's just the way it works. But yeah, I was very glad that I was just like, no, that ain't happening. No fucking way. But I ain't letting you do fucking two spells.
It's not even 2 cantrips.
No, I ain't letting you do fucking 2 spells that do 8d6 of damage.
Yeah.
No. But
Just pick out all the d6s from the bowl.
you know what? The only person allowed to do that much damage in a single shot is a rogue.
That's because it's set up for them.
And it's because it's set up, and they only get it on the first shot. It's always funny to watch rogues, like, their first attack just be like, at higher levels, be like, and that is 63 points of damage, and the next one is 7.
Yeah.
It's always pretty funny to watch that happen. But, I mean, that's just the way of it. But we need to talk about Zombieland.
We do.
We actually got to go. It's out now, but we went to an early screening on Tuesday.
Ooh. And stood next to a really weird woman.
Oh, my God. So we, again, why I sign up for these newsletter things is I get these emails occasionally. It's like, hey, do you want to come to an early screening? Most of the time, I ignore them because it's like, do you want to come see this movie that's not doing very well?
Do you want to come see an early screening of Atlantis Shrugged 3?
Yeah.
Or Atlas Shrugged.
Atlas Shrugged.
I kind of like the name of Atlantis Shrugged.
Atlantis Shrugged. Yeah, Atlantis Shrugged, and that's how it sank. But they, more often than not, it's just like, I don't give a shit about this movie.
Yeah.
But we've gotten to see a few things because of it.
Yeah.
We've gone to see... Shit, I've been on some of these lists since high school. I saw Smoking Aces on one of these things.
Ooh.
Yeah. Back in the day. And then I saw... but then we saw... What else have we seen on it? Zombieland. We saw the fight one with Charlie Day and Ice Cube.
School Fight?
Or something like that.
No, that one had a name change.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Like, I think it started as School Fight, and then they changed the name on it.
There's something like that. Yeah, it was that one. We saw that one. We've seen a couple on it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's at the theater. That's fucking garbage.
That's why it's there.
It used to be at the Regal where we normally go downtown.
It's all just one list. It's not an AMC list and a Regal list. It's just one list.
It's production studio list. So this one was Sony. If I remember correctly. But it might have been Universal. I think it was Universal. Yeah, it was Universal.
Yeah.
But I'm signed up for Sony, Universal, Warner Brothers. So there's multiple.
Paramount.
Yep.
Columbia.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm signed up. So basically what it is they're press screenings.
Yeah.
That you can get
Passes
to. The catch being that if you're not like Seattle Times or the Stranger or something like that, you have to claim it before they get claimed online, and then they overbook the theater usually, and
first come first
served a seat. Unfortunately, what happens a lot of the time is that people will they'll sign up, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll take the tickets, and then they won't show. I think a lot of people did that on this one because the tickets were gone pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like I managed to get them. I got the email.
There's probably people who say, "Oh yeah, I'll take the tickets," and then figure out if they can go.
Yeah. And
no
they probably
release
do
button.
that for every movie.
Yeah.
And so because the theater wasn't full.
No.
And they ran out of tickets.
Well, this is the weird lady in front of us. Did you figure out she didn't have a ticket yet?
No. And so that was the thing is she there's some people that they just go to every single movie this way. I mean, and it's possible that that's the only way they get to see movies.
Yeah.
So, but she was, I think her teeth were like wine stained.
I can actually give an example of the type of person she is.
Huh.
She was coming back to the theaters. I was heading to the concessions.
Yeah.
And she had a water cup of soda.
Yes.
She's one of those.
Yes. Yeah. And she like I showed up and she was third in line. She goes, she was like, is there somebody coming to meet you? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, I didn't get a ticket. And there were two guys in front of her that had showed up early, and they were like, so I was fourth in line by that point.
Yeah.
Waiting for Boyd to get off work and be able to come down. And like I had my headphones in, and she was still trying to like not talk to me,
Talk at you?
talk at me.
Yeah.
And she didn't have the ability to read body language of, I'm fucking around on my phone. My headphones are in. I don't want to fucking talk to you. And again, I usually try and be the person who is not the Seattle Freeze type person.
Yeah.
But anytime that I decide not to do that, it turns out poorly for me. And I caught, like, thankfully I caught this one like immediately. I was like, I don't want to talk to you. And it was nothing personal at first. It was just like, listen, I just want to listen to my music.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk to you. And I want to sit here and just
No.
quiet time for me.
Yes.
No talkie.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. She would go back and forth between, and then some other people showed up behind me, and she asked them like, oh, do you have a ticket? And like, do you have an next person coming? He's like, yeah, we do. It's like, oh, and she kept trying to have the same conversation with everyone. And then she would, as if it would further her cause of being like, oh, well, you know what? Since you didn't get one, we'll just leave and you can take ours.
Yeah.
Like, no. And then she got some poor dude who was like, yeah. This guy walks up and he's like, hey, is this where the line for Zombieland? She's like, yeah. Do you have an extra ticket? He's like, yeah, well, no one took it on my Facebook. And she's like, I'll take it. And he was nice enough to.
I mean, it also got him to the front of the line.
It did get him to the front of the line. And he was nice enough to be like, yeah, okay, well, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But she proceeded to then talk at him for like 25 minutes.
And at least he didn't have to sit next to her for the movie.
Yeah. And you could tell he was done by the end.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about D&D, and he turned over and started like talking to us. He's like, hey, do you guys play like Diablo?
He was desperate for anything.
He was desperate to not talk to this lady.
Yeah.
And I try not to be mean or judgy or shit like that. But there came a point where I literally looked at you and I was like, I'm about to tell this lady she needs to fuck off. Mm-hmm. Because
I've talked to a lot of random people online, and
yeah, I've definitely had like extensive conversations with people in lines where like we have, small talk and chats and tell jokes and have fun, right?
Like at one point, while you were working in food, she was talking to me about the plants in the mall that they were modeling.
Yeah, and she just kept, and you were doing the same thing I was. You were looking at your phone very clearly, like turned away. Body language says, "Don't talk to me."
Yeah.
And I came back and out with my food to just sit there and eat. And she started talking to me while I had a burger in my mouth. And like, that's when I was almost like, lady, you need to fucking stop. Like,
yeah.
I'm trying not to disrupt the line and like the people who are sitting here calmly.
Well, that's the problem. You can't just go somewhere else for a little while.
No, like you're fucking stuck there. And I was literally about to snap and just be like, you need to leave me the fuck alone. I think it was going to be, I believe the actual words that I was thinking I was about to say them right as this guy walked up and she got the ticket from him.
Yeah, and had a new target.
Then had a new target, which was, I think, what was I going to say? It was going to be, listen, lady, I understand you don't have a ticket. That sucks. You got to stop bothering people. Also, headphones in, turned away from you, not responding in anything other than or not responding at all means people don't want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Stop bothering them. You are literally becoming a nuisance to this line. So I need you to either vacate because you don't have a ticket or shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then the dude walked up and I was like, fucking fine. Whatever.
Thank you.
I don't have to talk to her anymore.
You poor unfortunate fool. Thank you.
Yeah. It's not often that somebody can push my patience enough for me to be willing to start a public scene. But dear God, after I got there at 4:30 and you got there at 5:30,
something like that,
at an hour in, I was
done.
I was done. Which is also like when you got there and I was like, I have a book I'm going to go pick up and I want to get food.
Yeah.
You stay here. I'm walking away. I need to walk away.
I don't know what else she talked to me about.
About nothing. She talked to me about nothing. That all being said,
we saw Zombieland.
We saw Zombieland too. Which
we have double tapping people.
Seriously. What did you think of Zombieland? Double tap.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's not going to win awards, but it's fun.
No, it's not. It's also not. The original one, it wasn't intending to be anything genre breaking. It was just supposed to be a lot of fun,
which is what I expected.
It ended up being something genre breaking.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, a lot of people are going to come into this one expecting it to do.
It feels like Zombieland.
It's a Zombieland movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's some CG in the first scene that is rough, but otherwise it was good.
Yeah.
Like a movie like this, so I can forgive bad CG. Does that make sense?
I didn't find the CG particularly abhorrent. I found in any fashion, I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
For me, it was the fact that I kind of want to go see it again in a good theater where it's not echoey.
Because that's just the problem with the theater. It's not the movie.
It literally ruined part of my experience watching the movie because, that's the same theater. Like we saw the first Fantastic Beasts there, and I was like, I don't think I liked that movie. And then I went and saw it again. I was like, oh no, I do like that movie.
The problem is that theater,
the theater just sucks.
So we're spoiled. We see these full surround sound immersive theaters.
Yeah, you only hear sound from the front,
and one side is louder than the other.
Yes,
it's
real bad.
Yeah,
and then I saw La La Land there, and I was like, I don't think I liked that movie, but maybe it's the theater like the last time. And then I saw La La Land again. I was like, I don't like that movie.
I went to a lot of movies in my car in the drive-in.
Yeah.
A lot of times in the pickup where the only speakers are in the cab and you're sitting in the back of the pickup.
Yeah.
And I thought that theater had bad sound.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have that, you have the little
box.
little speaker box.
Yeah.
I thought that theater had bad sound.
Yes, exactly.
By that standard, that
theater has bad sound.
Yeah.
And it literally at one point I could hear it behind us.
Was it?
Yeah, that's why it sounded so weird. It was a quarter second off behind us as it was in front of us, and that's why it sounded like it was echoey and doubling up. Yeah, it hurt our viewing of the movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it did.
I mean, as far as acted and everything, ignoring the sound quality, it was a good movie.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
It really is.
It's really a silly, fun movie.
And I appreciate the trailers don't really spoil the movie.
No, although it started getting increasingly painful for me at one point. The new character, Madison,
your ex-girlfriend.
Oh God.
That's your own personal trauma coming into this
I
movie.
know, right? Yeah, there's this new character, Madison, who was just fucking dumb as I keep on going to that line from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Dumb as a bag of hammers.
Yeah.
Just real rough. And I look at Boyd and I go, I think I've dated that girl. And Boyd goes, you absolutely have dated that girl.
Yeah.
I know her. It's like, is it this one? Yes. It's like, oh God. Without saying any names, it's yeah, absolutely, definitely.
It was not one you were Facebook friends with yesterday.
No, it was not. No, it was not. Jesus Christ. That apparently you are still Facebook friends with her because you have the morbid curiosity of how fucking dumb she is.
There are people on Facebook who I keep on Facebook because I love. Well, you know why people. It's the same reason some people watch soap operas.
You love to see the ridiculousness of it.
I really do.
Yeah.
I've often stated I love this kind of. It's my favorite kind of drama.
Someone else's?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I have some friends in Wenatchee who I mean, they're friends with my parents too, so that helps. But I keep track of them because one of them's currently in jail for poaching, and it's a fascinating life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that ex is...
It's the woman with her son, his wife, and her grandkids living in her basement.
Yes.
These people, they bring me warmth and joy.
Because it's not your problems?
And it's not my life, yes.
You're a mean person.
My reality TV is far more real than most people's reality TV.
Because it's fucking reality?
I have two types of reality TV I like. Reality and competition shows.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah,
I don't give a shit about the Kardashians. I am intrigued by this person living in his grandmother's the grandmother with her entire kid and grandkids in her basement.
yes.
That's more interesting.
Yes, totally. But yeah, so...
Or the very ditzy girl who has a kid and lives, I think, on the islands. And yeah.
Does she live out on the islands now?
I think they're out there now.
Yeah.
Or they were, and I think they might be back up in there, back to hometown.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I just love to see some of the stupid shit people post.
Yeah. I definitely dated that girl.
There are a few people who have gone so ridiculous I've had to unfollow them.
Yeah.
Most of those are family members.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, Zombieland.
Anyway,
Um,
from Facebook to post-apocalyptic horror,
yeah.
it's about the same.
No, yeah.
Dear God, mindless minions wandering around, people not looking at the right things,
People not paying
rules
attention.
not evenly enforced,
Yeah.
large weapons. It's Facebook.
Yeah, it's Facebook. I did appreciate, so they've kind of shown it in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler, was Luke Wilson and Thomas Middleditch's characters.
Yes,
That scene in and of itself was so well written.
it is. It really is.
It's really well written, and I thought it was very well done. I also thought the way that they instituted the rules in this one were done to great comedic effect.
Oh yeah,
Like they were really, really
like
well
how
done.
they showed them.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which was a style that they set in the first movie, and it's like they kept up for this one. It's like, yeah, it's well done. But
There's an entire running joke with vehicles I loved too.
oh god, yes, yeah. I felt so bad for Tallahassee sometimes. Like in the first one, you're not really meant to feel bad for Tallahassee because he's
the asshole character.
yeah, he's the asshole character. And this one, but then there's the moments where you do feel bad for him when he's just like, just wants a fucking Twinkie, man.
Yeah.
In this one, there's a couple moments where you just feel bad for him. Like he's still an asshole, but it's like
He's a humanized asshole.
I understand, dude.
Yeah.
I understand. And they're
I mean, part of it is he also accepts he's an asshole, and that helps.
yeah. No, I thought the way that they interplayed with each other, and again the banter is still fucking top notch. Of course it is. It's written by the same guys who wrote Deadpool.
Yeah.
And they wrote the first Zombieland too.
Yeah.
But and they know the style. Once everyone got the hang of things, was
I mean, there's some really underappreciated brilliant jokes that you can only say if you're going to avoid spoilers.
God, the one scene where you can see in the background, you pointed out to me the portrait in the background.
Yes. Just a carryover from a subtle joke like 3 seasons before.
3 scenes.
3 scenes.
That's like
yeah.
seasons.
No, scenes.
Yeah. And it's just like, it was a small joke from earlier in the movie. It's like, that's fucking funny.
The Last Zombie.
Yeah.
Just brilliant.
Yeah. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
I saw one review being like, yeah, it's totally fun, but it just feels like another day in Zombieland. It's like, yeah.
What were you expecting?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the first one wasn't intended to be genre breaking. It ended up being so.
Yeah.
This one isn't intending to be genre breaking, and it's not.
Yeah. It's
but people are going to judge it based upon that.
It's Zombieland. I mean, I'm judging it as a Zombieland movie, and it's a Zombieland movie.
Yeah, no, it's fucking fun. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's got gratuitous violence.
Yeah.
The zombie kill the zombie kill of the week or zombie kill of the year.
Those things are amazing.
Yeah, they're really
And they just keep escalating. That's the best part.
Yeah, they're real funny.
Yeah.
Real funny.
One of them is the zombie killing dream I've always dreamed of. The first one?
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wondered why that's not more common in zombie stuff.
Yeah.
It's effective.
Yeah. Very.
The other one, there's another one that's completely ridiculous.
It's completely ridiculous and in such a wonderful way.
Yes.
It's beautiful. And a big thing to say about this too is,
don't take your children.
oh yeah, there were some fucking young kids there too,
Yeah.
and I was just like, "Are you kidding me? There's like a fucking 10-year-old here, man."
Yeah. What if the 10-year-old even had parents? Like, did they join the mailing list?
It looked like a kid and their siblings. It looked like two siblings got tickets and they took their younger siblings.
I kind of appreciate that at the same time.
Yeah, no, stay for the credits.
Oh yes, yes.
Like, half the theater started leaving, and Boyd and I know better.
Oh,
at this
there's
point,
a
we're just like,
brilliant-
no, you stay for the credits.
There's an amazing
Mid-credit scene.
yes.
The mid-credit scene is fucking great.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And
you do have to see the first one to make. Well, I guess you see the first one makes the whole movie make more sense, but the mid-credit scene really needs the first one.
it really does need the first one.
There's a joke in the middle too that requires the first one
Yeah.
that relates to the credit scene, but
Yeah. I thought bringing in Rosario Dawson was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like, she had a really great character.
yeah.
The
I mean, all the major characters they brought in were well done characters
Yeah.
at the same time.
yeah. And they're all,
Even the idiots.
even the idiots. They're versions of people you've met.
Yes.
That's the thing. They're all versions of people you've met.
Yeah.
These are people I know. And that's
Or have dated.
Or have dated. But
Unfortunately, it's not the ones you want to have dated, the ones you have dated.
yeah. But overall, Zombieland Double Tap,
It's a fun movie.
it's a lot of fun. This is the best movie in the world. Fuck no.
That's not what I expected.
But it's a lot of fun. We tried to see Jojo Rabbit. Turns out, when they told me they sold me a ticket for today, they actually sold me a ticket for next month. Guess when Jojo Rabbit's official release date is?
The first,
Yesterday.
but wide release.
Yesterday.
Oh fuck!
Yeah. At least it was yesterday.
All my troubles seem so far away.
I was so pissed. We got to the theater and they didn't even look
What's
at it.
amazing is they let us into the theater.
Yeah, they looked at it and went, "Oh yeah, no, totally." And then we walked over there, and the theater was midway through. I walked over there, and it was midway through Adam's Family, and I looked at the ticket again. And was like, I went over to customer service, and I was like, "This is for next month." And I was like, "Are you the fuck?" And the lesson I learned from that is, fuck Bellevue.
We had a long roundabout on the way home, or you had a long roundabout on the way home.
You added to it.
Oh yeah, I can always chime in about shit. I still think it's the most aptly named town in the area.
Because it's got a great view of Seattle?
Yes.
Yeah. That's not why it's called Bellevue. But,
Oh, it's not?
No. It's especially since it's not spelled View. It's spelled Vue.
It's French.
No.
Bellevue.
No. No.
Is it named after the state hospital?
I believe it comes from the same place.
Okay.
Yeah.
The insane people?
Yep. Except Bellevue, Washington is just full of rich people who pretend like there's not any problems in their city.
One is full of sociopaths who are delusional about the world they're in.
Yep.
The other one's a mental institution.
Yeah, exactly. No, fuck that city. I hate going there, and I don't want to go back unless I absolutely have to.
Don't want to go back. Can't make me.
So
I mean, yeah.
That's okay though. We'll see it eventually, I guess.
in Bellevue.
Yeah.
I realize something about our ticket now that's really going to piss you off if it comes up. Dude, this ticket's already been used. I can't.
I don't even care. We're not going back there.
That's just a wash. On that
Nobody would refund the ticket either. So no, we're not going back. Fuck them. We'll just go see. Its official release date is the same day as Terminator.
That's the thing. If there
we're
was
just
something else
gonna
I
go
want to see, we probably could have just snuck into a different theater.
We
but-
absolutely could have. There was nothing else I had any interest in saying, or we hadn't seen already.
Yeah.
So, all right. That being said, we're out of time for this week.
Are we?
Yep.
All right.
Careful there. You're yelling into the mic. You can hear it blow out.
I'm trying to. How close can I get?
That's-
I told you to eat the mic.
You have headphones on. You can hear when it blows it out.
But they always tell me to eat the mic when I talk into it.
Those are stick mics. Yeah. Those are stick mics.
Got furry in my mouth.
Those are stick mics for like on stage. Those are different types of microphones. You still need to be close to this.
Okay.
But God damn it, I hate you so much.
I know.
All right, that's it for this week.
Bye, kids.
Bye, kids.